Hi, this is Chris Cameron here with next in the series of videos. I am kind of testing out my camera here. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S3 that I can use in my car. Sorry about the glare right now. I'm at a stoplight and somebody's got some bright lights going on. And you can see my dash and all that and kind of see what's going on. Probably a little more interesting than me, but being at night, there's really nothing to see in the cab, I hope. And I wanted to continue my series on money. I talked a little bit about the two major prongs. You know, how much do you spend, and how much can you, what are your necessary expenses, and then, how much you can make a choice every time you spend money to try to get real value out of it. And I don't mean just price shopping. I mean, do you need the item at all? Can you get it later at a good price? Can you buy it maybe on the pre-owned market, either online or at a thrift store, something like that? And so I want to expand on that. A lot of times we think we need to spend a lot of money. Some people get a lot of satisfaction out of shopping and spending money. But every time you're spending money, it's impacting your life, and it can cause great unhappiness or great happiness. Sometimes the happiness is very temporary. So the thing I want to focus on is things that last a long time. So if, like for instance, when I was a teenager, I wanted to work on my own car to save money. I thought I could do, once I had some basic pointers from friends and people that were older in my community, older than me at the time, that did it all the time, and get basically kind of a free education helping them out. What they did. And so what I did is I didn't run out and buy an expensive set of tools or cheap set of tools. I bought a few tools that I needed for each job and kind of learned how to use them. But I didn't buy tools and then treat them like trash, let them get greasy, rusty, lose them. I tried to keep track of them. I cleaned them. I tried to get quality tools like from Sears, although the brand doesn't really matter. And again, if you're not into automotive or tools, it doesn't matter either. They could be kitchen appliances. It could be anything that you use either to make your life better or whatever you want to do. And I took care of them, and I didn't lose them. I've had those tools now, and I've added to the collection for over 30 years, closer to 40, 45 years, be about right. And 40 years, let's say. And I've not lost them. I've not abused them. Some of the tools were inexpensive imports because I wouldn't use them a lot. Just needed something to get the job done. A lot of them were quality tools without being over the top. If you know tool brands like Snap-on and SK, those are some high-end. I pretty much bought regular tools. I didn't buy cheap ones. I bought some Craftsman and stuff like that. So years later, I still have those tools. They have served me for my lifetime. I don't use tools so much anymore, so I've been in the process of passing them on to people that might like them or be able to use them. So I don't, I don't feel bad about it. Now, that's one way to go, where you buy something and you try to do your best to make it last a lifetime. Now, obviously, food and stuff you buy new, you can't reuse it. It lasts for so long, but there can be waste there also. So I try to buy things that will last a long time, take care of them. Like food, for instance. You buy food, but then a lot of Americans waste food also. They don't watch expiration dates. They don't cycle their stock. They don't, like meats can last about 3 months in the freezer, about 3 days in the fridge. Canned goods have dates on them that are kind of a guideline. And I'm not perfect. I mean, I do find cans in the back that are 5 years old, out of date. Maybe I don't eat that food anymore, and that's what happened. But for the most part, I don't spend money on food and then throw it away, basically. And I know this is what everybody would like to do, but again, when you make those choices is when you buy it, estimate it. And probably other people do this too, but when we're having people over, we're having a get-together, celebration, or a party, we like to make sure there's plenty of everything. So sometimes we'll send some of the food home with guests so it doesn't go to waste. which they appreciate, and sometimes it's potluck where people bring different things. But other than that, we try not to overbuy. Sometimes with milk you can freeze part of it, and there's a lot of things like that. I don't want to get into all that, but basically when you're buying anything, you don't want to overbuy. So that's what I wanted to talk about. You want to have things last forever. Keep track of them. Take care of them. Don't let your things get rusty or left out in the weather and get ruined. You will get much more service life out of them. The opposite would be sometimes you see people move out of a rental and they're not very careful with their belongings. You see them with a big pile of trash out, which they paid for, and it only lasted 2 years, and all this furniture and stuff is out by the side of the road because they're chaotic with their finances, and they have a bunch of junk that's not worth moving or has gotten ruined, or that they allowed their kids to misbehave and ruin it. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, kind of keep this video short. So if you buy something, you want to see what the lifespan on it is. You want to get the most value out of it, out of the money you spent. You had to earn this money and pay dearly for it in one way or another with time or effort. And so you want to get the most out of the money. So thank you for watching, and I'll be adding to this series as we go through. Thank you very much.